Chris Paul is reportedly advocating for the Rockets to land Carmelo Anthony. This would be a very good pickup for the Rockets because they do need that small forward that can be able to be a presence in the playoffs. Trevor Ariza and some other guys were not able to make their shot, being able to make the plays for their own, especially with James Harden. With Chris Paul actually being out for that last game against the Warriors, Carmelo Anthony is that guy that could be able to pick up the slack. Being able to, he didn't do it this season because part of the Thunder's offense is being able for Russell Westbrook to go in isolation, pick and rolls and stuff like that. That just doesn't work for Carmelo. More Carmelo's strength would be kind of like the Rockets offense exactly, is being able to move, being able to have that point guard that is a pass first instead of a ball dominant like Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is one of the best players, but Chris Paul is one of those guys that look for to make the pass first. Russell Westbrook is one of those guys that are able to score and be more dominant on the offensive presence. But for the Rockets to be able to land Carmelo Anthony, he is going to need to take a pay cut, because they're not going to be able to give him that over 15 mil that Carmelo Anthony wants. So he is going to have to take that pay cut. But this would be very good for the Rockets because they do need that small forward that is able to make plays out the offensive possession and make his shots. And I think this is very good fit for Carmelo Anthony, especially with this late in his career, where he is going to be able to spot up, being able to be more freelanced on the offensive, especially with their isolation. They do like to spread out the floor a lot, and this would be very good for Carmelo Anthony. The Memphis Grizzlies gave Kyle Anderson a 4-year deal worth around 37 mil, which is very cheap for him, especially in 2K where he asked for a lot more, but it's very good for him. Also, the Bucks have added Brook Lopez, which is really good for them. They do need that center that is able to do stuff, and Brook Lopez is not that bad of a center, so they got a real good deal right there. Zaza Pachulia has agreed to a 1-year, $2.4 million deal for the Pistons, and that is kind of why the Warriors had ended up getting who was it? It was a power forward. I forgot. Jonas Jerebko. They ended up getting Jonas Jerebko because they are losing a lot of centers. They do still have DeMarcus Cousins, of course, and Jordan Bell, but they do need one of those some of those other big men that are able to do things. Damian Lillard there's a lot of rumors on him wanting to get out and stuff like that, but he has assured everybody that he is not unhappy and that he does not want out of Portland. Also, Zach Lavine, the Sacramento Kings have offered Zach Lavine a 4-year, $78 million deal, but the Bulls ended up matching that offer, so they do end up getting Zach Lavine anyways.